Well done to Liverpool. You won your second Premier League. Fair play. You've reached 20, just like my glorious club. Yeah? You smashed Spurs 5-1. I had it in the background. I was thinking Spurs won. Oh, we might have another week. We might be able to prolong this. But the inevitable happened, and in fashion. You know, when I saw that ball to Szoboszlai before he even kited to Diaz, I was like, oh, that might have been perfect. It could have been off, but I think he was onside. And then I just knew it was going to be a slaughter after that. McAllister was just on absolute fire. Just Mo Salah selfie moment on his slot at the end of the match, singing, oh, Jurgen Klopp. And it's just like, oh, he's just taken over the reins. Anyways, you lot are buzzing. I'm a little bit salty, but doesn't mean, even through all my harsh comments, even through recent, whether it's today, yesterday, or before, it's still sportsmanship at the end of the day. But anyways, I'm not even going to really be diving into the match too much. I'll be honest. I don't think you lot even care, right? You smash Spurs, whoop-de-doo. But smash the likes, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You know how it goes. You know, big up anyone that supports Never a Foul. Anyone that does anything for us, then it's a huge help. But regardless of all of that, what can I say? It's not easy to even talk about right now because, you know, when you try to put stuff on the back burner and you come to it a little bit later, that's where I'm at the moment. I'm trying to just wait it out. And I thought, you know what? Just get up. Get up. Do yourself a favor, right? And, you know, go do a video. Go and congratulate them. They won the league. You run a multi-club channel. Put your personal feelings aside. It's so difficult. And it's just like, you got to do it. Be consistent. Keep the same energy. And it's just like, oh, it's not easy at all. But look, you deserve to win a title. At the end of the day, this is where we are. This is where we're at. Whether you, even if it has been a dead Premier League season, that's not Liverpool's fault. That's just everybody else's fault. You know, whilst everyone's too busy looking at Liverpool's Liverpool's results, waiting for them to drop off, or having a certain result goes someone's way, or however, at the end of it, you need to just look at your own clubs. Arsenal fans, United fans especially, because we're the main rivals. City, I mean, they've already collected 4 other ones recent. I mean, look, it's probably nice to have a little bit of a different Premier League champion for once, but, you know, like, Arne Slot's come in, and you know what? He hasn't overcomplicated anything. You know, the tactics, the way the players suit to his tactics. He's got the best out of Mo Salah, you know, who never thought that. He's still got the better out of Van Dijk. And some of you might have seen Igal's video, and he's kind of discrediting Slot and think it's more on the players, but it's just really not. It's really not. Where are we going from this? You know, we're trying to play out the back too much. There's 3 defenders, like, you know, when you got an inverted fullback system, rubbish. Guys simply gone to like a 4-4-2-1-1, whatever, rigid. The way he presses, it's kept a lot of Liverpool players fresh. And you know what? Maybe in a more difficult season, Liverpool might have found themselves in a bit more of a pickle. But for a club that basically spent F and all right in the summer, and I know United recruited, and I know other clubs didn't recruit well, you know, Calafiori for Arsenal and obviously Marino, but it's still somewhat better than flipping Chiesa, who's injury prone, got him peanuts. You know, they've done well. This is Klopp's squad. This is the one that finished 5th. It's the one that done a little bit better and got 3rd. And it's just, you know, no one really saw this. I did not foresee this. Maybe some fans did for Liverpool. You know, you're going to be biased, but rival fans, we didn't see this. So it's not even like we're trying to take credit. At the end of the day, it's just, I love saying that word and that phrase, don't I? It's just, you've got only ourselves to blame. And you know what? It's not nice. You know, for you lot, it's amazing, but Slot's come in, and not many managers come into the Premier League, you know, on a bang and go and win the title straight away. There's only a handful of managers, right? And that's that. You know, I feel like even now he's even won the title. Don't get me wrong. Look, I'm a United fan. I'm allowed to be disrespectful. Like, come on. But even then, you know, you can still be, a little bit more, you can have some class about you, and say, you know what? He has won them that league, to be fair. His tactics been spot on. Majority of his selections of his teams have been fine. He's kept the same 11 more or less. He barely even had a striker to operate with. He's kept the Van Dijk. He's kept a lot of like players injury free for majority of the season. When we know this season we've seen ACLs galore. Trent situation. People underrate the contractual situation, keeping the dressing room together alone. Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, and then you've got a couple more potentially with Kanate and whoever else it may be. It's a lot to deal with as a manager, especially when you've got pretty much no one or none of your players that you've brought in to, maybe revive that energy and that, that hunger. He's had to do that probably more so for himself and probably a few others as well. Relied on the certain leaders. And now, because he's done this, he's got Salah to sign this new contract. He's got Van Dijk signing his new contract. Liverpool, they're hungry again. They want to win. Next year, they're probably going to set sights on the Champions League and the league again. Who says they don't do the double? I know everyone's going to strengthen. I know everyone's going to recruit. I know everyone's going to have some sort of lofty ambitions. But right now, they're in a prime position to go and do well again. I don't see why not. They've kept majority of their squad, improving Gravenberch, improving Endo to some degree, using him when you need to. And you know what? He's one of them names that would pretty much have been, forgotten about more or less. Gakpo, look here how he's firing. Luis Diaz, obviously he has his moments. He's really good and he's really bad and he's really good. But you have to put that on that Baldy. That Baldy has got them over the line. Fair enough. And it sickens me because I have to listen to Monts all summer. And you have to wait for the next batch of results to go through. And I know what I'm going to hear. Fetch me my ale. You lot of my peasants. Go fetch me my drink. Go to the shops. Oh, make sure you put extra salt on that. Make sure you season that correctly. Or just all of that. But that's what happens. When you're getting your flowers, you deserve your flowers, right? And obviously, when you are getting your flowers, make sure to rub it in. Because, like others, because if it was me, let's just say if it was me, oh my word, you lot would probably have to unsubscribe for a while. That's it. But yeah, look, Arne Slot deserves all the credit in the world. And you know what? So do the players. And you know what? To a degree, probably so do the fans. So do the fans. Because you got to remember, at the start of the season, there was a lot of Liverpool fans. Like, I've heard Slot out before he's even had a game yet. I've heard a lot of criticisms because who is he? He's coming from a Dutch league. It goes to show, doesn't it? Once you've got a decent enough institute and you've got a good backboard room and everything going on along lines, Michael Edwards, yada yada yada, Richard Hughes. Look, it all adds to the recipe, and this is what you get. You get the Prem. You get the Prem. Now you got a Community Shield to go for, and you got to retain the title. So kudos, and I say that name, and that's the name that you've also been linked with. Fair play. I'm hating openly. Don't really care. It is what it is. Next season, all I'm gonna say is race. How about this? I'll make a little something with you lot. How about race to leagues number 21? How about that? I'm gonna end there. Let's see who gets there first.